What up, y'all? Justin Gay, Seeds of Zanzibar. Got a lot of questions, a lot of comments on the mold video. Yo, a lot of really good suggestions too, man. Thank you guys so much. I'm going out of my queue in terms just to kind of get this out there. What it is that I'm actually going to do. Right now, I'm unstacking. This is where I learned, or where I started the phrase flipping, because we get so hot here. I would take all the microgreens out of the stack and then restack them. So basically the top would now become the bottom would become the top. You understand what I'm saying? As I would go through them, what I was doing was one, letting them air out, and then two, looking for mold that I would actually pick out manually. I would then go over it with some food grade hydrogen peroxide. I just got away from it. Didn't need to do it anymore for the most part. So anyhow, what I'm doing now is pretty much what I used to do back in the day, and let's see how we make it work. Come on. I know a lot of you guys were asking about the humidity here in Fontana. Right now it's 25 RH, right? So it's pretty low, man. We get dry out here. Like I said, it had been a little bit more moist than normal, but that's kind of over with now. So this time around, I think I'm just gonna water these and then hit it with the food grade hydrogen peroxide. One thing too, if you do see that you have mold, the earlier you can catch it, the better, right? That's another reason why we do this. If you do catch mold, I like to take it out manually, at least the spots that we're seeing the mold. There's chances are there's mold within the tray still. But normally we should be okay. I don't like to water when mold is present because I feel as though that makes the mold spread throughout the tray a lot easier. You can hear them sizzling. The one thing that I've learned about seeds, that they come in pretty damn dirty, y'all. Like you'll see pretty soon, I have a video coming up, hopefully it's the next one up, about cilantro. Just see how dirty those seeds are. It's amazing. Or the next time you rinse off your sunflower seeds, you'll see how dirty they are. That's that bacteria working. So we'll go ahead and put these guys back in stacks, because by tomorrow these guys will be ready to just pull out the stacks altogether. So yeah, and a lot of you guys were also asking about the heat. Yes, dude, the heat is an issue. Right now, I'm kind of playing around a little bit because it's in the 80s. Honestly, this is probably the last week we're gonna be leaving these guys in the garage for the germination phase. It gets too hot in here. Normally what you'll find is that the seeds actually cook, right? These trays with that weight on top and then them on top of each other, about time you get down to the bottom one, it's really, really hot in there, as well as all that pressure's been on there. So these things just make like pretty much like pressure cookers inside of here. Normally you find that over 90 degrees. So, but seeing that we've been getting the mold outbreak and all, I'm just gonna go ahead and put them on outside, let them get a little bit more cool. I have a feeling, however, as soon as we get them more outside a little bit more, I might be able to get it back to status quo and just kind of let them be to themselves. But right now, this is what we're gonna do. So everything so far actually looks good. We actually did already hit these once with food grade hydrogen peroxide before we put them into the stacks, before they actually germinated. Yeah, we didn't get hurt at all. So far, so good. So food grade hydrogen peroxide. Now for the other ones that were affected, try to put 3% food grade hydrogen peroxide on them, and I didn't see anything, no results. I think it was just too far gone. This is what I'm doing, mainly with just the brassicas, the pea and the sunflower, all those guys, those are gonna be going out pretty soon anyway. And they don't really get affected the way that the brassicas do. These guys are really tender, very delicate, so you gotta kind of take a little bit more care with them. So what I'm gonna end up doing is just what you see me do before, pretty much just with these guys, and call it a night. I had to go to set today. That's why I'm out here right now. I haven't been working this long. This is the first time I'm actually even on my phone. Thanks for all the questions and comments. I hope that this helps you guys out. Yeah, because it really helped me out a lot. So thanks, guys. pull these guys out a little earlier. They look pretty good. I'm seeing a little bit of fuzz kind of popping up on them I didn't see earlier. But all in all, they look pretty good. Found a little bit more. There's not a shadow of a doubt that I am pulling up what is cilia or some type of a root hair. Not a doubt in my mind. The reason I'm pulling up some of that stuff right now is because I believe that the root hairs are probably the most vulnerable and easiest place for fungus or any other type of mold or disease to kind of grab onto if it is present. Normally, after I put my trays out, within a matter of hours, I see that a lot of those root hairs have kind of died down because of just the air. A lot of things have kind of just gone away. Right now, we're kind of a couple hours in, so that's why I'm pulling those guys out. They do look a little bit more wispy to me. So, you know, do I think that they might spread? Yeah. If they're in the stacks, yeah, they would spread way faster, way worse. I don't know if you guys can see that, but these are one of the trays that I had showed in my last video. I've been hitting these guys with 3% food grade hydrogen peroxide, and the mold is still down there. The one thing that I will mention is at 3% food grade hydrogen peroxide, the one thing I've noticed is that the mold suppresses down. It doesn't keep on growing up. So that's something to be said. This tray right here is something I throw away. It's just because it's too covered in mold for my liking. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it away. Or maybe I'll just eat it myself if it gets up high enough. I don't really wanna sell it, but I might grab it. I gotta make room now, peace. What up, y'all? So it's the next day, and dude, this is all the moldy trays I have really that are that bad. Just 3 of them. See that guy? Looks pretty gnarly. That dude looks pretty bad. So 3 of these guys that look like they are pretty much unsavable. These other ones are looking really good. There's a little bit of mold here and there, little spots, but I think the 3% hopefully should just knock that out, or at least suppress it down. That's what I've been finding the 3% to do, not necessarily take it away, but it looks like on major outbreaks like this, on major mold outbreaks like this, it looks like that the mold just gets suppressed by the 3% food grade hydrogen peroxide. Let's see what it does in actually these really small cases if it just takes it out altogether, seeing that there's not a lot there. But all in all, I feel pretty good about what I'm looking at. So just stand on top of it, man, little by little. Feel pretty good. Just want to make note, we are not out of the woods yet. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like at the end when we're done, when it comes time to harvest. You know, when these canopies get up, you know, I don't know what it's going to look like. My hope is that it's going to be gone. The one thing that I can tell you is that I will be able to track exactly where the mold is at or the condition of the mold throughout the growth of these microgreens. Hopefully there's just none. So yeah, but so far so good. I feel good about where we're at right now. Let's go. Hey, what up, y'all? So I've been just debating. It's kind of been like, I've been wanting to get this up to you guys, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should wait and just see what happens with this whole mold situation. Anyway, wanted to show you guys something. This is me using 3% hydrogen peroxide pretty much 2 times a day, applying the 3% food grade hydrogen peroxide, watering in the tray, and then reapplying the 3% hydrogen peroxide immediately after. Check it out. Still got quite a bit of mold in there. Now that's not all the trays. That was actually the worst tray. There's little specks here and there, but it's nothing really major. Actually, there's one other tray like that, and it's happening in the broccoli. So right now I'm gonna try a different product. I'm gonna try the Dr. Zymes at full strength. Their recommended full strength is right here. Now, the one thing that I find important is, especially right now, is still early detection is critical, I think, because the treatment, if you can stop it now while it's at the smaller canopy phase, one, it's a lot easier to apply anything than when it's at a full canopy stage. And two, you can stop it before it gets to then great. Again, I've never fully just stopped any kind of infestation in a tray like this. Like I said before, I've used 3% hydrogen peroxide, but maybe I do dial that up a little bit more now. But in the meantime, in between time, starting to think about different mediums. Hey, we always got the veg bed and the burlap, right? You know, so that's a really good possibility to do what I need them to do, especially if I add some kind of compost tea to them. Got a question in, another question in about, if you don't use soil, can you still get mold? I've pretty much only used soil-based product, so I can only really speak on that. Now, me just kind of thinking and going out of my wheelhouse a little bit here, so people that do use more mats, if you guys want to chime in on this would be awesome. But I would have to imagine that if the seed that you're bringing in, those lots are infected, that yeah, you can still get mold in your tray. That's what I would think on that. But anyhow, we throw this Dr. Zymes on here. We'll see how this works out. The Dr. Zymes on there, it says that with this strength, it's probably best for me to go ahead and wash this off in about an hour. So I'm gonna set my timer for an hour, and then yeah, come out here, rinse it off, and hopefully we get some good results. We'll see here, guys. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, y'all. It's been right about an hour. I'm still kind of getting it in over here, doing some post-harvesting. But anyway, it's time for me to wash this stuff off. So, it does look a lot lighter after spraying that Dr. Zymes. Nice little patch there. Although, it's still kind of moist. It looks like it's gone away. I always get excited when I walk up on it. But I'm like, oh, baby, it's working. But you gotta give it some time. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and wash this stuff off, let it dry, or give it some time, and then kind of take a look and see what's up. Dude, I just ate some lettuce right now. That chunk's fire. Sorry. Let's see what goes on. Let's see what happens here. So it's been about 6 hours later, and here are the trays that I sprayed with Dr. Zymes. I can't say that they're 100% free, but I can definitely say that they are way better, at least for right now. Things are still kind of damp. I don't want to jump to too many conclusions, but it looks like something may have happened. I'll be rolling these guys inside right now. It's starting to get a bit too bright out here. The food grade hydrogen peroxide, yeah, it didn't do what I needed it to do. Another cool thing about Dr. Zymes too, before I get too far, is that it's really good for whiteflies. At least that's what it says. I've been spraying them on some of these trays, and I did see some flies on there, but it looked like they kind of cleared out. Yeah, the sunflower got hit too. This is just not a good lot of sunflower seed here. This horrible lot. I'm not gonna mention any names, but yeah, it's not a great lot. Hey, what up, y'all? So, it is the next day, and unfortunately, things did not get any better. See down in there? Still see a lot of mold. This is spraying 3% hydrogen peroxide with the Dr. Zymes brand fungicide and pesticide or insecticide. Nothing, man. So what I've decided is just to go ahead and go to a different grow medium. Yesterday I had actually seed out some cilantro, and when I went to go get the trays to actually go seed out the cilantro, I found some mold inside of those trays without them even being seeded yet. So it's kind of making me believe that more than likely this is a soil-based problem, and more than likely that could be why my smaller seeds like the brassicas are the ones getting affected the most. Don't get me wrong, I do see a little bit of mold and whatnot in the sunflower, but it's nothing compared to those. But anyway, yeah, decided to go with the other grow medium. We were using this trays are actually looking pretty good. But then there's several of them that are not. So we're gonna get rid of them. I already bought some Pro Mix. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll do some updates on Instagram. Unless it's pretty bad, then I'll share it here with you guys. But anyway, so far, I have not found any kind of spray that has worked. If there is something special you guys are doing with your 3% hydrogen peroxide, let me know. Let me know your mixtures. I'm doing 10 ounces of distilled water to 1 ounce of hydrogen peroxide. That's what I'm doing right now. If anybody is doing anything any stronger, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Yeah, so outside of that, guys, gonna go ahead and throw in the towel and just try a different medium and see what goes there. It sucks too, because this medium's kind of pricey. If you guys know of any other medium that might be less expensive, I'd love to hear that as well. This is probably gonna be the last video. Yeah, I don't see this stuff going away. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw in the towel with this whole experiment and just start with something new. Start with something new that's been tested. I see a lot of other people using, so we're gonna go that direction. But anyhow, man, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the great tips. Thanks for all the great suggestions. It's good to revisit a lot of these things. It's good to try these new things. It's good to see why I stopped a lot of things that I was doing before, and just to make sure that, yeah, they still don't work, kind of, for me at least. But anyway, still love to hear what it is that you guys are doing. Hope this helps, man. I really hope this video helps. But as I always say, dude, you gotta know when to fold them. So, but anyway, we will live to fight another day, man. Peace, y'all. Those are good.